Okay, yes, a question here. Ma'am.
Hello, my name is Manush, and I'm a freshman at the Elliott School. My question is regarding cybersecurity and the Internet of Things. You briefly mentioned this in your speech, but you've previously talked about how cyber attacks are the #1 threat facing our country. And with the number of Internet of Things devices that collect personal information increasing exponentially, what do you think firms can and should do to better arm themselves against the cyber threat?
Well, this is a never-ending thing. We will never achieve cybersecurity nirvana. And the reason is because the internet, when it was created, the founding fathers didn't think about security. So it is fundamentally flawed. If you're connected to the internet, there's an inherent vulnerability, and we just have to understand that. I remember when I was, I think both from an institutional and a personal level, doing the simple things of hygiene. One of the things that we did after you left, Chris, was training our employees on fishing, spear fishing, and to be able to recognize bad emails and don't open attachments. And the only way I could get that, to improve was we do tests once a month, and we keep scores of each office. And then I'd throw the scores up at the weekly staff meeting. Well, nobody wants to be embarrassed, and that got all the leaders' attention, and they started paying attention to this. So simple things like that. And be religious about patches. Change passwords, and password 1234 doesn't work. And it's the simple things that get us in trouble. And a lot of these massive breaches, the OPM breach and all these other things, were caused by a failure to just abide by simple hygiene. And it's something you have to do both as a personally and then individually. What's really frustrating, like the Equifax breach, where an organization you're counting on to protect all your personal data, and they don't. And that is, it's really egregious. Institutionally, what I saw, particularly when I served in the Pentagon, and we were engaging with industry, this is in early 2000s, and we get, the CEOs in from these companies, and when you could show them a threat, and oh, by the way, this could affect your bottom line, that always got their attention. And then they would apply the necessary, and the reason is, of course, that when you do, it costs money to keep your network secure. It costs money. So there's no silver bullet here. I will tell you that it's almost a waste of time to talk about computer network attack if, in fact, we can't guarantee that we can withstand a counter retaliation. So fundamentally, we must attend to defense first, and arguing about what our cyber policy is on attacking and all doesn't matter, because unless we have confidence in our ability to withstand a counterattack, we shouldn't bother. And the problem is we think very legalistically and precisely and surgically. And the adversary, you can't count on adversaries to do that. So if we counterattack, you have to anticipate a disproportionately greater counter retaliation. And unless you're sure you can withstand it, don't bother.
Okay.